Hello friends, this is DMC and this is my quick review of the Black Farmer Eco Roast coffee beans, and this is a premium coffee bean selection pack. And before I start, I'd like to say a massive thank you to Brian, who sent me this coffee in to review. I think he picked this one up on Ocado. And he did tell me the price. I cannot remember off the top of my head, but I'll look at my emails and I'll let you know the price of this one. And yeah, it's a selection of 3 different coffees, and what you get is 2 40-gram bags of each coffee. So we'll take a look on the front. It says a taste of the Caribbean, Costa Rican, Dominican Republic and Cuban, 100% single origin Arabica coffee beans. It says it's an eco roast coffee beans. On the top, premium coffee bean selection pack, Black Farmer, Taste the Caribbean, repeating what's on the front of the pack there, flavours without frontiers. And here, most of the information is on the side. I have made this selection of single origin coffees to give you a flavour of the very finest coffees from the most prestigious coffee producing nations in my homeland, the Caribbean. There is something for every mood and occasion. I hope you enjoy the experience. And that's from Wilfred Emmanuel Jones, the Black Farmer. And the 3 coffees are Costa Rican with notes of distinct sweet stone fruit flavour profile with aroma mixes of chocolate and cinnamon, and it's a roast free. The Dominican Republic is notes of caramel and vanilla, upfront flavours with notes of almond and tobacco, and that's a roast free also. And at the bottom, a Cuban coffee with notes of fruity foretaste, malted barley with dark chocolate flavours, and that is a roast number 4. On the side, it gives you a little bit of information. It says the Dominican Republic boasts a wide range of distinct microclimates ranging from 600 to 1,450 metres above sea level. The coffee is grown on the slopes of the mountain range that runs down the centre of the country, where it benefits from year-round rainfall. Many of the farms are small and naturally organic. As the coffee is grown in the shade, it exhibits a wide and varied range of flavours depending on where it is grown. Those grown at higher altitudes are more distinguished and well known for their rich flavours, heavier body and medium acidity. The information about the Cuban is coffee was introduced to Cuba in 1748 and quickly became a huge industry. The majority of Cuban coffee is grown in 1 or 2 regions, Baracao in the southeast and the Sierra Maestra mountains in the south, where the fertile soils and light trade winds create the perfect growing conditions. Typical flavours from these coffees are strong, dark and sweet, with heavy body and rich aromas. And Costa Rican, I've tried a few Costa Rican coffees. I haven't tried a Dominican or a Cuban coffee. Costa Rica is famed for being the first Central American country to establish a coffee industry when Arabica coffee beans arrived direct from Ethiopia. But things really took off when William Lacher Lyon, a British captain, sent some of this coffee back to the UK, and the rest, as they say, is history. There are now around 78,000 producers making what is considered to be some of the very best coffee in the world. Thanks to its growing conditions, these coffees have high acidity, fine silky body with rich flavours and distinct aromas. And on the back of the pack, it's got a bit of information about the Eco Roast, and it says Eco Roast delivers a positive impact on our environment using closed loop technology and a passion for great coffee for a more sustainable future. Spent coffee grounds are abundant, energy rich resource that should not end up in our landfills. Eco-roast technology enables us to harness this valuable energy and use it to roast fresh batches of beautiful coffee for everyone to enjoy. This zero waste solution enables you to enjoy the great taste of freshly roasted coffee, comfortable in the knowledge that waste has not been produced but actually reduced. An environmentally friendly solution to help reduce waste and carbon emissions for a more sustainable future. And there are a few information there. Roasted and packed in the UK for the Black Farmer in Devon, and it says best before, see base of box. So the best before date is December 2019, so over a year on the best before date on this one. So I get the box open, and what Brian has sent me is one pack of each. So we have one 40-gram bag of Dominican Republic, one 40-gram bag of Cuban, and one 40-gram bag of Costa Rican coffee. So now that we've had, there's a little card in the bottom of the box there that explains a bit more about the Eco Roast. But now that we've taken a look at the pack, what I'll do is I'll be trying these out over the next few days, and what I'll do is I'll come back with my more detailed thoughts. So the first pack I'm going to be opening up is the one that I'm pretty familiar with, which is Costa Rican coffee. And on the front of the bag it says Costa Rican coffee is considered to be some of the best in the world, with high acidity, fine silky body and rich flavours. And there's probably, I'm assuming, a picture of the producers there. So what I'll do is I'll get this open with my skizzers, and there we go. They really do look like nice quality beans. I'll tip them out. I'll have a quick smell first. So there we go. Really nice looking quality beans, these. Yeah, sort of very fruity, sort of a wine sort of hint to these beans. Slightly woody or earthy, very sweet smelling. I'll just put them out onto here. Let's take a quick look at them. There is a bit of a range of sizes of beans there. They're not all uniform in size. So very light roast. Some of the beans are very lightly roasted. That one there, very light. So they do look like a very decent quality. So what I'll be doing is I'll get these in the grinder, and I'll come back with my more detailed thoughts. So when ground, the Costa Rican, the aroma is sweet and chocolatey, slightly fruity, but it's quite smooth and subtle. There's absolutely no bitterness with this one. It reminds me a little of hot chocolate, aroma wise. Taste wise, it's a quality coffee. It's creamy and caramelly. There's a slight acidity and no bitterness, but it is a little bit wishy-washy and weak. So I did have better results when making this stronger. It's nothing amazing, and it scores a 3.5 out of 5 for me. So the next one I'm going to be opening is the Dominican Republic coffee, and on the front of the packet says the Dominican Republic's distinct microclimates at high altitudes produce distinguished coffees known for their rich flavours, heavier body and medium acidity. Now, I would have opened all these at the same time, but I'd have probably mixed them up, so that's why I had to do them individually, finish one and then open the next, just because I was a bit worried that I would mix the bags of beans up. So there we go, I can smell quite a strong aroma coming from this one straight away. So there's the beans, a nice light roast, quite small looking beans these. I'll just have a quick smell while they're in the bag. Yeah, really light roast, chocolatey, slightly woody, fruity, quite creamy, even a sort of licorice note with these beans. So quite surprised actually by the quality of these beans and the last ones that I tried. So I'll tip them out quickly and we'll have a quick look at them. There we go, quite small size, but as I say, they do look really nice, decent quality beans. These a nice even roast. Most of them are all pretty similar colour roast wise. So that is the Dominican Republic coffee. So what I'll do is I'll get this one in the grinder and I'll be trying it out over the next day or two, and I'll come back with my more detailed thoughts. So the Dominican, when ground, the aroma is sweet and slightly floral. There's a slight hint of marzipan and I'm picking up a bit of heat, so there's a hint of spiciness in there. It reminds me a bit of a mild Colombian coffee, this one. Taste wise, it's sweet, chocolatey, it's quite earthy, it's light bodied with no bitterness, but it is quite acidic and it creeps in a little before settling on the sides of the tongue, and the acidity with this one. It's a nice enough coffee, nothing out of this world. I did slightly prefer the Costa Rican, but I'll give this a similar score of 3.5 out of 5 because of the decent and similar quality of this one. And now I'm on to the last coffee of the three, which is the one that I've probably anticipated the most because I've never tried a Cuban coffee before. It says on the front of the bag, Cuba's temperate climate and moderate altitudes create coffees that are strong, dark and sweet with a heavy body and rich aroma. So I'll get the bag open and we'll take a look at the beans. So quick look there, once again, really nice quality light roast beans these. I'll have a quick smell. Yeah, really quite subtle, but it's sort of creamy, fruity. Another quite woody aroma to this one. All three have been quite similar in aroma, I would say, or have similar similarities within them. Quite a sort of, I don't know, I'm picking up a sort of like savoury sort of aroma hint to this one. So let's tip this out into the Does look like there's more in this bag than the other two actually for some strange reason. But there you go, really nice light roast quality looking beans, all pretty similar in size. So what I'll do now is, as I've done with the other two coffees, I will get this in my grinder and I'll be trying it out over the next day or two, 3, 4 maybe, and I'll come back with my more detailed thoughts. So the Cuban coffee, the aroma when ground was chocolatey, slightly biscuity. Again, it's got an underlying earthiness and a slight bitterness there too. Nothing stands out. It's a relatively mild aroma to this one, maybe a slight marzipan, similar to the Dominican coffee. Taste wise, it's quite overwhelmingly bitter for me. It's creamy and full bodied. It's quite bland and cardboardy, but the bitterness creeps in at the end and is the standout aspect of this coffee. You actually try to keep sipping away with this one, trying to avoid that bitter aftertaste creeping in. It's not terrible though, and this one scores 3.25 out of 5 from me. So overall, the 3 coffees, I would say slightly disappointing for me. Not quite the standard of what you would get from coffee roasters, maybe similar to supermarket standard coffee, I would say. So as I say, these coffees from the Black Farmer Eco Roast coffee beans, a taste of the Caribbean. I wouldn't really recommend them, and I wouldn't really go out of my way to purchase them. As I say, these coffees were provided by viewer Brian, so a massive thank you to Brian for providing me with these coffees to review. That was my quick review, and before that I'd like to say, anyone who's tried these coffees, I'd really like to hear your opinion of these coffees, so let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more coffee reviews in the future, subscribe to my channel. That was my quick review. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.